I was cold called twice today. One of the cold calls was absolutely amazing, and the second one was a complete disaster. Here are the differences. The first one was from this guy, Trey, at Liftoff, which is a sales training company for salespeople. First thing he did really well was he called me up, and I felt like we were having a conversation. Like, it felt very natural. It didn't feel like a pitch. His tone of voice was very conversational. He's like, "Hey, McKenna," right? That like lower register. Secondly is he mentioned at least 3 or 4 relevant pieces of information in the cold call. My current role, a previous company, my affiliation with TikTok, was able to have an intelligent conversation about current sales training, how they compare everything. And then I turned him down multiple times saying, "Hey, I am getting what I need. I'm not in enough pain to buy what you're selling." And then even then he came back with, "Well, let me ask you this," and still tried again. And it was so good. And gracefully, we parted ways, and he was like, "Hey, I'll send you a connection." And you could tell he was not reading off a script. The second cold call that I got just 2 minutes ago was from a mortgage lending company. And yes, it was clearly an outsourced call from over the pond, but the guy literally read word for word off the script. And the first thing he said was, "Hey, McKenna. Hi, this is so-and-so from mortgage company. How are you today?" First of all, that's the kiss of death. "How are you today" is like the sales slogan that everybody said in the 80s and 90s. It's dead now. You cannot say it because it triggers everybody to be like, "Ooh, this is a salesperson." Don't say it. Secondly is I didn't ask, "How are you back?" I was like, "Oh, what company you're from," or something, like re-verifying. And he replied being like, "Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking." So did not listen to my response. Then read the rest of the script. I said, "No, I'm not looking to refinance my house." And then he just hung up. So the takeaways from this are when you're making a cold call, you might have a general flow of what you're going to say at the beginning, but you have to be listening to what the person says and respond back custom to whatever their response is to show that you are listening and take the conversation, because otherwise it feels like you're just really trying to constantly drive an agenda and you're really not paying attention. It feels very transactional.